Okay, I'm recording this live. So what I do is I take my stickers or whatever that I have left and I start adding it to the 12 by 12 paper. So like this, and I like to add multiple layers if it looks well. You know, different layers. And I just tear it off like that. I think I'm just going to add 2. And then I'm going to add like a butterfly sticker. And just put it right over that. And I'm going to finish this sticker and come back. Now I'm going to go around whatever I've done with my pen. I'm just going to highlight everything that I've done. It's important that you do this because it adds a bit of dimension, makes it pop. And when I add the gesso to it, it's gonna stand out a little bit more. I also, after I'm done tracing all this, I'm gonna add some color to it. So I'm not gonna have you sit there and watch me do this, so I'll be back. Okay, I have a new favorite thing, and it's these twistable sticks here. Yeah, let me give you a close-up. It's by Crayola, and you can color on it and then add water, and it looks exactly as if you wanted colored. So let me show you this. I'm gonna color this, and then I'm gonna add some highlights. We gotta add a bit of orange highlights to it, you know, not too much, but enough. You know what, I was worried about making these videos because I used to have a real high voice, and now since I've had my thyroid removed, I have a low voice, so you could say I'm a bit self-conscious about it. And I was talking to sending emails to one of the girls that I designed for, and she was saying she was worried about talking like a girl, and I said I'm worried about the opposite. I'm worried about sounding like a guy. And then she started laughing. So anyway, hopefully I don't sound too mannish. So anyway, and so you add all these highlights to it. See? And it's been colored. And it actually looks like you did it. So, and then I'm not quite finished. But I'm going to add some water to it. And I'll show you how it looks like. Okay, now I'm going to take my paintbrush, and what I do is I have a water bottle just like this, a long paintbrush, and I'm going to go over it. And as you wet it, it's not quite like watercolor pencils. It's more creamier than that. But you add the water to it, and it blends it together, and it makes it look real nice, I think. And so, and you can do this with any of your stickers or anything, and it just makes the color pop. Let me show you up close. See how that it's all blended and it's wet now, but it looks like watercolor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to also, you know, just go through and trim any extra that's there. So I'm going to add some more stickers that I like, and I've added die cuts and all kinds of things to that I like. I just wanted to use up what I have here. And I have several designs. And of course I'm gonna slick it. So then you slick it. Yeah. And watch what happens. As you add this, it becomes your own little butterfly. And then you add the water. Wish I could do this a little closer. I'm going to try to get it a little closer afterwards. And then you go over it with your pencil. And it no longer looks like a sticker. It looks like you painted it right on there. And so I think that's an awesome effect with these slick sticks. Awesome. 10 bucks. If you bring a coupon to Michael's, you can get it a lot cheaper. So don't forget those coupons. Okay, I really like some of this design. I'm going to try to go a bit closer. I don't know if he'll let me do. Looks like that's as close as it's going to get. And I'm just going to trace some of these trees that are in the pad and paper because I think they're awesome. And I'm going to go over it with the slick stick just to add some dimension to it. Some of these beautiful lines that they have in here.
Didn't die and you didn't lose any of my guns, did you?
I didn't.
You did? Are you sure?
I didn't die. You didn't. Just killed
You can hear my son in the background.
the machine guy.
You just killed the machine guy?
Yeah.
Now what I'll do, add some of this grass. No, just whatever you want. I added grass, and now I'm gonna color it in a bit more and then add water to it. Okay, I thought maybe you'd like to see me as I'm adding the water to this. You just go over. I shouldn't talk louder, but I have my kids are home from school. I should have tried this earlier. You know, add water over all the branches, and sometimes if I really want an effect to it, I know I've been painting for years. I think I love painting. It's just awesome. So even in my scrapbooking, I don't always add painting, but I enjoy it. Then I take my cloth and I dab it. So you can see this is how it looks just so far. Right, it's pretty artsy so far, and it's just the beginning. I'm going to add more stickers, do more of the painting as you've seen, and what I'm doing is that I'm lifting the pattern from, I'm lifting the pattern that was already on the paper, and I'm just coloring over it, and it gives a real artsy look, and it's just like almost tracing it, but it depends how you want to do it. Okay, I'm basically done with the background of this. There was like a 5-cent stamp. This is basically basic gray. There's stickers. I like to use those because they're easy to trace over. Corio This is basic gray karaoke. I'm sorry. I was looking for. So now I'm going to show you the next step that I like to do. You could leave it like this if you wanted to just add over it. Because it looks pretty like this too. But I like to keep adding. So I'm going to keep adding. I'm going to go over it with gesso. I know some people say, you just ruined it. That's why we added the ink, and then I'm going to wipe it off so that you can still see some of the pattern underneath it. I did not, I'm wiping it off, and this is basically how I do my backgrounds. I make them myself. If I see that, oh, I want a little bit more here, then just add it, but and wipe it off. It dries fast, so work fast. And so now, this is what my background looks like. So I just made my own pattern paper basically on top of, let me see if I can go real close. You could still see the design somewhat in the on the back, and you could see the color, but it's kind of hidden. And that's how I make my background mixed media canvas. Now my next tutorial, which I'll make totally different, I'll start adding the rub-ons on and whatever I want in the front. I just wing it. I just do this with whatever I have. And like I said, this is like 6x6 let me see, chipboard. I'm doing this on a 6x6 chip, so then I'll do both sides. See, well, let me show you a couple that I just finished. I just posted, like I made this, and so all the background and then added the top. See, and the same with this. I just says Harvest Time, and it's just a little mixed media mini book that I'm making. So hope you can see all that. And since the theme is fall, and these little ladies actually came from the Mellow Basic Gray line, and I just used my slick sticks and colored over them and made it my own, and just kept adding and adding and adding until it was the way that I like it. But these ones all have rub-ons, like these dots down on the bottom of rub-ons, and this heart is, and I just painted over it. So the fall was a rub-on, the bird was a sticker, and I just repainted over it. The birdhouse was actually a cutout I cut out with my Cricut and then just painted over it. I have flowers, I have, all kinds of things on here, but this was the finished mixed media book. So what I'm gonna do, and I'll show you when it's finished, is just put them all together like this so that they open, and put some punches here and maybe some rings. But I just wanted to show you the start of this. So this is the start of a new page. That's actually backwards. So here we go. I'll be back.